Hello guys, so this is the second video that I am recording, and my name is Aelloy Merge, and here we'll be addressing interface design, UX UI services, before we'll go to the third video, which is the web development. Now, I will continue from where we stopped with you after brand identity services. We covered everything here, and it's really convenient for anyone, for my customers, for you, for me, in order to go and actually combine that bridge for your business goals and your user needs. And we'll go right away into interface design. Now, what I mean by interface design, and this is one name of two words that I decided to go with because it covers everything from user experience, user interface, and it can be website, application, platform, or even a video game. Video game user experiences, interface services. And I will cover quickly all of them. A main is a website because it's continuation of your brand identity. It's part of your brand identity, I must say. It's important to go to website if you need one, but some clients that I have, and I'll show you a couple examples. I'll show a couple examples of websites, one application, one platform, and video game just from the showreel, not to overwhelm with a lot of examples. Now here again, I would encourage you to go to the document that is this document. That is I call it capabilities deck, showcase, that is interactive for you. You can go and interact with it, or you can download a document if you are not on the big screen and check it out. You can also check my show reel. You probably already did it if you're watching this video. That sums up in 2.5 minutes all results that I delivered to my customers and possibly to you, should we decide to work with you, which would be exciting. Now, I'm going to go to table of contents and back to what I do, and we'll go to the interface design. Now, you can see that the order is important because brand identity, with my brand therapies, brand strategy knowledge, and business and marketing understanding, I do extract and talk with decision makers to understand the business goals and user needs. And we're always respecting where we're reaching to user needs, and we understanding what you want to achieve. And then with brand identity, we shift to interface design. That is usually a touch point, common touch point, because brand identity is the overall system codifying and defining your brand with respect to your business. With interface design, we're actually creating a touch point, digital touch point, in order to reach our users, understanding, with still keeping in mind and always rising a question: what is our user need and what is your business goal? And interface design, always website is the main one, not always, mostly. So let's go right away. And again, I encourage you to go and read everything. I'm taking you from everything that is important for you to know should you decide to work with any designer, any branding specialist, or web developer. Now here, I just want to say here with them, I'm demonstrating the phases that are important to address that I go through. It's always a phase-based. It's important to go step by step, not to trap ourselves. That saves us time, money, headache. Now here we start with discovery process and research. I need to understand competitive landscape. I need to understand your user. I need to understand your brand, your business, and check other people in the marketplace and make the right choice, right? Again, it's not that just UI, it's UX, and it's also a brand strategy. So always use a journey mapping, needing to understand that. Again, not everyone have that, and that's why we can do it in brand identity. Usually I take that from my clients. Usually they can have it already. If they don't, I'll give some thought about that, how they're going to go through in respect to user experience. So that's not a trouble. Then we go to the information architecture, which is sitemap. So we define the structure and we agree on that. We go deeper then to the wireframes. Important to respect your content. We're not looking at visuals, not to fool ourselves. We want to see gray, black and white, so we can decide on navigation and content and everything like that. Then we can go to interactive prototype. We can build your website, and we're already interactive before we do visuals, and I do recommend to do that for you to try and not be confused and not be fooled by visuals, but actually think about navigation and content if user is actually getting what they need to get and we meet your goals. Then we go to high-fidelity visual design. It's the most fun to apply brand identity on the skeleton. That's one of the important and interesting fun processes. with already interactive prototype. That's quite something. And again, as I mentioned in a previous video, I'm using Figma. Powerful tool. I think it's the best in the market for design, any graphical, any interactive. Amazing stuff we can build, high fidelity and responsive. And then development management. Here, this is an important part. If we, for example, if this is website, I'll be taking you to the third service as web development. If this is application, a platform, or a video game, I'm staying further for development management. I'm staying and making sure that all assets are there for your coders, for other designers, for other people that they're going to use, maybe even for marketing use, from branding identity. So there are a lot of overlapping happening here. Depends on your needs, which we define in the beginning. And then, of course, testing and quality assurance is always making sure if something doesn't work, we fix it, we correct it, we pay attention. So we covered that. Now, what I want to say is that, again, I'm going to take you right away to deliverables. And we already watched in the first video. If you haven't, if you're interested in brand identity, please go and check it out. Or go, if you want to check this document, check the link below this video. That will give you the whole thing that you need to know about my services, and anyone who wants to do branding identity, interface design, web development. They can really guide you really well and understand if this is the right, if we are right fit with you, or if you'd like to know more generally about those fields. Now, we already covered in the previous video with you all those 5 numbers. I'll go to number 5. And you can see here, I'm already kind of showing to you how it looks like inside of the platform. This is the Figma. And this is the process of e-commerce website responsive design. And you can see the interactive elements that are happening there. We already can build a high fidelity, and I'll show you a couple elements, couple examples there. I will go to number 6. You can see also right away results. So it's always responsive. This is the dark matter website that we mentioned, not website, but the whole branding identity website and web development that I mentioned in a previous video. You can see it's responsive. It's done. We did the whole branding. We did the whole, identity, and then including logo, defining style, going to the brand book, and we did even package design, which is not something I'm positioning here for myself, but I can do that if that is needed, and it was fun to build it. And it's fun to see and build website, which I'll show you in wireframe, and when we apply the brand identity built by me, it's exciting to see it's alive and visual. And even you can see here, we have, even in this phase, we actually predicting and building a responsive design that is interactive. I can actually send you a URL and give it a try, the experience of your website before even coding. And this is the part of interface design services that I deliver. I'll show you a couple other examples. This one, and the difference of these projects is that this is e-commerce, right? And it will require in Webflow development. I use Webflow platform to build a pixel perfect exactly as I build design. It will be in Webflow. That's the beauty of also of consistency between me building brand identity, then going to the interface design and do web development, because we sustain exactly pixel perfect consistent process, bridging your business goals with the user needs. Now, this is e-commerce website. It was, and it took all 3 categories of services of mine. This one took only 2 categories of services of mine, which is brand identity and interface design, but they had their own developer, right? And it's not e-commerce. It's a standard website, not even content management system. And this one is for here we did, it's a little different because here we did actually website in order to sell the platform. And I'll be talking here in a second about platform itself. Also building the platform in Figma and website in Figma for this project. And it's also responsive. And I'll be showing you this part also. We did brand identity really shortly for this one, but the most focus was on interface design, website, and platform. And we'll be going to the number 9. Number 9 is actually Showreel. You can go from my document to Showreel. That is available on YouTube or anywhere, and it shows the whole process. Same projects that I just showed you, you can find them here. We'll be addressing a couple of them like a video game. I'm just not opening video game interface design because it's overwhelming for my computer to open many things at the same time. Now, what I want to say, because we're already familiar with you in the previous video with Scala, I want to start from here. You already know that we did brand identity for them. And I want to show you that here, for example, we do website, and it's quite a big website. They have a lot of products, and all those products that they sell, like maybe 12. Of course, it's repetitive, but still we need to predict many things, as well as the one page that they have for organizations, another for students, and another for alumni, and the landing page. So a lot of things were under consideration. Now here I want to say that, as I mentioned, we start from the sitemap. You can see it's a simple sitemap, and I usually do simple sitemap quickly if I am actually taking from beginning to the end and less people involved into this process. If there'll be more process involved, I'll show you like meta jobs, for example. You can see the sitemap can increase to massive because this is a platform and a lot of things needs to be under consideration. A lot of things aren't considered under the sitemap process for technical reasons, right? Or for other designers or developers or anyone who will be involved into the process. And you can see additions will be always going on. So it depends on the scope. Then we go to the wireframes. And wireframes, I'll show you really quickly what it means. It means where we're ignoring visuals and we're going into the simple content respect, understanding based on sitemap, based on the whole thing that we define of your business goals and user needs. We're trying to position really correctly content that you want to convey, what you want a user to get into, what you want to get out of them, what they want to get, what goals you're trying to achieve, like call to action, these kind of things. We're making sure that they need to know everything. We make sure we talk the problem that they have and demonstrating gain that they can obtain by us as a solution. All right. So we consider a lot of things. We talk with decision makers, and then there's a second phase of wireframes, where we start to actually get to the part where we actually start to see how it's going to look like without visuals more and more. And I could show you that we have interactive mode. Let me see actually if it does. Yes, you can see those arrows, they're actually connecting, and I'm manipulating this interactive mode. We can enter the interactive mode and actually engage with that website as if it's real, but it's not an end, it's a skeleton. So we actually can click call to action and go where we want it to go. These kind of things with wireframes, early prototype, right? So the beauty of also this project is because, we'll get to the visuals later on, but you can see a lot of things are under consideration. So we approve, we're done, and we'll go to the visuals. And the beauty of this is that because I did brand identity with my client, it's amazing to do wireframes with my client and then bring them together, and we can see this result, aesthetical, beautiful result that goes through, right? It's amazing. And again, even this process actually already, I'm capturing a lot of elements that must be under the consideration for next release of a brand identity book, should we want to continue. So this is the part. Let me go for other really quickly. This is the website, the web address. I'll be showing in a third video the responsive website. Let me close this project. Now here is another project that is application, and I want to show you crazy stuff that you can build. I'm not going to go that deep. The interesting, beautiful stuff. So we can build a lot of interactive. Let me see if it's open somewhere. This one. You can build, and I can show you right now. It's design, it's in Figma. It's not coded yet, but it's an application to be. It's also for the mobile device. So you can enter it's interactive. It might be a little bit slow because so many elements are happening here, but we can enter the application, right? And it's not complete. It's a first craft of design. We developed also style with them. We developed a logotype, and you can see interesting things like we can build that experience as if this is the platform or application in this case, right? You can see we can do these kind of things. We can go to the currency. You saw probably this on Showreel that I have. And it's interesting. So you can give it a try. We're already applying the style. We have logo, we have style. We didn't do brand identity yet. We're playing with the application. And I built that, I delivered, and that's it. And there's a lot of space further to develop this thing. But that's exciting to build an application. And I would love to show you also mobile version of this. And the beauty of Figma that we can open in a mobile device right away, and you can tap and test it out, right? And I'm not going to go that deep. There's so many things to show here. And again, another website that is demonstrating that we have, and already, the core integrative health that I mentioned before. We did brand identity, we did responsive website design. And you can see I'm in consideration of smaller screens. I want everything will be perfect. Okay, and then when we'll go to the web development and with Webflow, it will be pixel perfect as we see here. It's really important to predict everything in advance to make it quicker for the developer to make a job. Carpados also mentioned. You can see now wireframes and different responsiveness here. And then we go to the visuals, and you'll see this project is actually, I have it here. This is Figma, and you couldn't tell like it is interactive. Now you can test it in URL, and it feels like it's done, but they need to code it, right? They have their own coder to work with this. What else? And this is the platform design. It's a lot. We did a website for them. You can see this is the responsive website. We applied the whole style. But the point is of all this, which I'm not. Let me try actually, because if I'll open, it's a lot of things there. Platform. So platform is a massive MVP platform that we build, and it's high fidelity interactive that I'm not really capable to show it yet here that much because it's still in the process. It's a big project with respect to my client. What I can show you here is a sneak peek if it's gonna open. If not, I'll skip it. But we'll see a lot of screens, I'm not gonna show you the process of high fidelity interaction there, but I'll show you just from the zoomed out perspective how it looks like if it's gonna open. And yeah, it's really slow. So it's like taking like 60% of my data on this platform. And also, as while he's thinking, actually, we can go with you to Showreel, and I'm gonna show you one more thing in the end, the Moon video game that will sum up my process here. This one sneak peek was, it's interesting. You can see like this one, you can see everything that you see. It's a video game platform build user experience with hotkeys. Also, you can click and so on. It's also unusual. Massive work was done here to predict all this user experience, which I'm not going to cover here. I'm just going to leave it with you and to overwhelm a lot. Now here it's loaded. So while it was loading, you can right away see that it's getting slow, and you can see a lot of things are happening, a lot of consideration. Let me actually even try to show you the prototype here of interactions. Does it show us? Oh, actually smooth, it doesn't really show any. Oh, there it is, it's just so slow. It's a lot. You can see how many interactions are happening. Because we have assets, of course, you can see I have assets on the left side. It saves a lot of time. Nevertheless, it still requires, if you want to build high fidelity design for MVP, it's actually high fidelity MVP design. It requires a lot of work, and but it's an exciting project that we did. So you can build, let me go actually back to sum up with my document capabilities deck. And let's go to what I do, right? So that's the thing. It's a lot of stuff, right? With interface design, it can be commonly, it's a website that will go to the web development. It can be application, which I did justice to show deeper because of the time limit. We have platform, and it depends what you want to achieve. That is why it's interface design, but it's user experience, user interface, indeed. And website is a big part of it. And then we'll go with you right now in the third video. We'll be talking about the web development as the final one, okay? Thank you for your attention, and let's continue.